Cola di Rienzo and Garibaldi, the history of the Italian nationalists who failed and succeeded in unifying Italy, written by Charles River editors, narrated by Michelle Humphries. Introduction. Hail then our Camillus, our Brutus, our Romulus, or if you prefer to be addressed by some other name, hail author of Roman liberty, of Roman peace, of Roman tranquility. The present age owes you the fact that it will die in liberty. Posterity will owe you the fact that it is conceived in liberty. Petrarch in a letter to Cola di Rienzo. In the wake of the Roman Empire's collapse, Italy found itself fractured, and nearly 1,000 years after Rome lost its grip in the late 5th century, there were several sovereign regional powers on the peninsula, such as Milan, Venice, Florence, the Papal States, and Naples. Centuries of conflict ensued, precipitating great anxiety among Western thinkers, and Italians responded to the fragmentation of the area in many ways. While local leaders often maintained rivalries or alliances in an attempt to increase their power, some always held on to the idea of re-establishing the Roman Empire, a concept that had compelled rulers as far back as Byzantine Emperor Justinian the Great to attempt to conquer the entire peninsula. Among the Italians of the Middle Ages, the most famous and controversial man who sought to unify Italy was, somewhat fittingly, a Roman. Cola di Rienzo was a man whose life and actions have reverberated down the centuries, as his charismatic yet unsuccessful dictatorship has spawned legends and comparisons with movements of later ages. His attempt to bring the greatness of Roman antiquity into the reality of the 14th century, the city's lowest point, is inspiring on its face. In 1938, Iris Origo saw how Cola was being used by her present era and noted that within the last century, Emperor, Communist, and Fascist in turn have paid tribute to Cola di Rienzo as a kindred spirit or precursor. But historical parallels are deceptive. To measure a man of one century against a man of another is to see neither of them in the light of his own time. This type of appropriation was explored in a documentary produced in 2000 for National Geographic, entitled Treasure Seekers in the Shadow of Ancient Rome, which explicitly used the lives of Cola di Rienzo and Benito Mussolini to discuss how individuals became enraptured by the greatness of Rome's past. By seeking to capture the essence of the idea of Rome, both leaders used those historical notions to bring about political movements in their own day. In part, this is why some historians today consider Di Rienzo a proto-fascist figure.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?